Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Mr. Miller's Art Room. Today is a very special day. We are going to be drawing pumpkin heads, just like this. Pumpkins carved with faces or other designs are called jack-o'-lanterns. Nevertheless, there's some particular way to get a very realistic looking pumpkin instead of just drawing a regular circle. You're going to notice that I utilized several different kinds of curved lines, triangles, and a crescent shape. But with the crescent, there's a couple of things that we can do to make it look like the carving dipped down right here. I'm going to be utilizing a Sharpie because it's easier to see on the camera. However, you will be utilizing a pencil in order to draw your pumpkin jack-o'-lantern. And what's more is that after we draw the jack-o'-lantern, we're going to get to color it with all kinds of different colors. And while coloring it, you may want to think about utilizing some of the patterns that we tried out when we were creating our crisscrossing patterns artwork. The first step to drawing a jack-o'-lantern is that we want to make sure that our jack-o'-lantern is going to be large enough to fit on the page and large enough that we can add some details, but not so big that we touch the edges of the paper. You're going to be utilizing a pencil, so if you make yours too large or too small, you'll be able to erase any mistakes. I won't be able to, but I think I've got this. What I'm going to do first, it doesn't matter where you start. I'm going to start over here. I'm going to start making a big curve, and then when I start to get to the top, I'm going to bounce, 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 bounce. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bounces. Then what I'm going to do is come out and swing in the other direction with another curved line just like this. Toward the bottom, we're going to do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bumps just like this. You'll notice that we're utilizing a lot of curved lines for this. That's because a pumpkin is an organic object, which means that it's living, so it doesn't have too many sharp angles. We're going to draw now the stem at the top of a pumpkin. Pumpkins have stems that go into the earth to get nutrition. But when we see them at the grocery store or when we're picking them out at Otis Orchards, we'll see something like this. At the top, toward the center, what we're going to do is draw a curved line like this. Then move your pencil over a little bit, draw a curved line like this. Then we can connect the lines together like that. The next step is that we're going to need to draw some of the details inside the face. I'm going to start with the 3 triangles. Whenever we're carving a jack-o'-lantern, we tend to carve eyeballs with triangles like this. I drew this triangle here. I'm going to move over to the side over here. Then I'll draw another triangle. Then I'll draw a triangle for a nose. If your triangles are pointing up or down or to the corner or they're shaped differently, that's okay, because this isn't perfect class. It's art class. That's correct. So the next step is going to be the mouth. Now this is probably going to be the trickiest part, because we're going to have to draw a crescent, but we're going to have to stop drawing the crescent at certain points so that we can draw the teeth. I'm going to start over here because my jack-o'-lantern is going to have a very big smile. I'm going to start to draw the curve, and when I get comfortable and I'm ready to draw the tooth, I'm going to stop. I'm going to draw a downward pointing triangle. Then I'm going to come back up, and I'm going to continue the curve. Then I'll stop, draw a downward pointing triangle. Then I'll continue the curve. Once this is done, what you can do is start over here, swing down low, then pop it back up, just like that. Mr. Miller, you made a mistake. Right here. That's correct, Mr. Monocle, but if you make a mistake like this, like I said, if you're using a pencil, which you will be, you can erase it and fix the line. I don't use a pencil, I'm using a Sharpie. But I'm not too worried about it, because once again, it's not perfect, class. It's art class! That's correct. We can add a little bit more details if you so choose. You can take your pencil and you can actually create some texture.
What is texture, Mr. Miller?
Texture is the way things look, the way they might feel. You can make things look bumpy or fuzzy or smooth or solid. In this particular case, pumpkins actually have ridges, little divots inside the skin of the pumpkin, and they kind of follow this curve vertical. But we don't want to just draw a line straight through all of our illustrations. So if you like your pumpkin the way it is, leave it the way it is, and you can start to add color and decorations. However, if you want that little extra layer of detail, what you can do is don't start at the corner here, come off the pumpkin, and I'm going to start to draw a slightly thin curved line. And notice I stop before I touch the mouth. I don't want to touch any of these lines. I just want to draw some curved lines like this. Now, does anybody remember what these kinds of lines are called when they kind of break up?
They're called dotted lines.
That's correct. And this is when we get to use some broken or dotted lines. You'll see that my lines are not connected together, and that gives it that realistic look. Today, we're going to be utilizing crayons in order to color this, but you could use almost any material as long as it works with your style of paper. You could utilize oil pastels, colored pencils, or what have you, but like I said, we're going to be utilizing crayons. Now, typically, pumpkins are orange, and that's fine. We could just color our pumpkin orange, but I want to do something a little extra fancy. I'm going to get to use some patterns that I've learned to create to really punch up how colorful and cool this is going to look. And there you have it. Now, yours doesn't have to look exactly like mine. You're going to come up with your own details and your own pattern schemes. It's up to you. Please have fun doing this, and if you finish this a little bit early, you are going to be allowed to have one free draw piece of paper to draw anything that you want as long as it's school appropriate. Thank you all very much, and for Mr. Monocle and I, we say good day.
We said good day.